Hi, I'm Peter. I am the social media coordinator and YouTube wizard for Sex Geekdom. And it is VidCon weekend, so I figured I would make a quick video with the illustrious and wonderful Dr. Lindsey Doe from the channel Sexplanations. So Lindsey,
yes,
riddle me this.
Okay.
If somebody says to you, oh yeah, I'm totally a sex geek, like, what do you think that says about them?
That they're passionate about sexuality.
Okay. And, like, what do you think is a good example of some kind of sex geekery that exists? So, like, what's something that somebody could do to be a sex geek?
I can't imagine where you could be going with this. Like, maybe to this group of people they might find online or in their cities, if it's big enough, called Sex Geekdom.
I totally primed her for this. She's getting paid. I have to whisper into the microphone. Nope. All right, fair enough.
No, I straight up love Sex Geekdom. I would promote it. I try to attract people to that, to let them know that if they want to find other sexplanats or sexplaneteers, which is what I call my audience, or my clients, if they are looking for a community of people who get really, really excited about anything related to sexuality, then there's a base for that. Sex Geekdom. And that doesn't mean having sex. That's not an expectation about having sex or expectation of during sex. That's getting excited about the number of vaginas that a kangaroo has, or...
Yeah, and I think that's one of the more important things that Sex Geekdom does, is one of our first core values is that Sex Geekdom is not a hookup space. And the thinking behind that is we have a safe place where people can go that is a non-sexual environment where they can actually talk about sex.
A sexual, non-sexual environment.
Yeah, more or less. And I think, for example, Sexplanations does a really good job of promoting that because you on your channel and your various guests, you talk about it in a way that's really approachable for people. And I think that's great. Is that something that you guys had kind of thought about when you had first started up Sexplanations, like making kind of a safe space, as it were?
I don't think it was a conscious thought, but it's part of my philosophy and my being that I want all the spaces that I'm in to be safe spaces, including online spaces.
Yeah.
I just realized you're not a sexual, non-sexual place. You're a non-sexual, sexual place.
Yeah. What do you expect from something like Sex Geekdom, where we're setting up a place for people to talk about sex? Like, if you were to go to a meetup of sex geeks, what would you expect to see, or what would you expect to be provided, I guess?
I would expect that you have a pretty comprehensive resource list for them. So that would include their online resources, their local resources, hotlines that they can go to, Facebook pages, contact information for everything Sex Geekdom. I would expect merch or some way that they could kind of tag themselves so that when they went into a public space, they could easily find one another. Oh, I would expect kind of an orientation. So for you to introduce me to someone there who can kind of serve as a mentor, ask me things like which pronouns I would like to be used when referring to me, and things like what name I would like to have used if I want to stay anonymous.
Okay, nice. You, on Sexplanations, you sat down and you chatted with Kate McCombs, who's the founder of Sex Geekdom, and I'll put a link to the video somewhere between us, right here. Click it, and you can check it out. After you met Kate, what were your impressions of this thing she was doing, of this Sex Geekdom thing?
That I really like her, that I think that community is in good hands. She is knowledgeable, she is well-spoken, she's ambitious, and she has incredible follow-through. I think that she's just a great personality to run that operation and share it with other people, because she's not designing something to sell or something to hoard, but and just share. I like her.
Excellent. Me too. Well, I think that's all I've got for now. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
I'm going to edit this together and make it real neat. And until next time,
Stay curious.
stay curious.